Regroup on me.
We're moving there now.
Commissary?
On your toes, we got hostiles nearby. Positive ID on sniper.
I heard Flycatcher was in the area.
Located a bad guy, over there. Let me get a clean shot.
Come on, just keep looking.
Sniper, sighted.
Hey man, all good on my side.
There's nothing going on by me.
Quiet in my sector too.
Clear.
Go swarm the tank now.
Good hits.
Outstanding.
Please just be quiet. It's bad enough I gotta be out here. No one here. Huh? Yeah, something's...
We're in the clear.
Good. You're not hurt. Let's get you out of here.
I'm not going anywhere. And why should I be hurt?
Ah, shit. You weren't Flycatcher's hostage, were you?
Quite the contrary. It's rare to meet someone who actually values innovation. Rarer still that they're willing to provide fair compensation.
In other words, Flycatcher paid you to upgrade his drones. So what? To hell with all those innocent people who got caught in the middle?
Progress is a scale. In order for someone to gain, someone else has to lose. I'm just playing by the rules.
Progress is not a zero-sum game.
I'm not discussing economics with a Cro-Magnon.
Well, the minute people got hurt, you stepped into a different game. And here, I make the rules. And now that we're talking about your life, you still want to play? Or do you want to tell me where Flycatcher is?
He's testing the new drones. Somewhere in Restricted Area 1. That's all I know.
Objectives barred.
Shit, we got a drone overhead. There could be valuable intel here. Heavy gunner here.
Drinks at the job. What?
Spotted one. There.
I got nothing over here.
Watch the overhead drone. Got a hostile position there. There's a support unit. Good. Get some bonus gear. I'll show you the area. Scan shows a ton of hostiles. Eyes on enemy. You're dangerous, Nomad.
Move to my location.
Okay, on our way. Make sure we're checking any intel. Investigate for intel. Look on target, boss. Standing by. Maneuvering in position. Moving in. Drone operator in my sights. Target. We're set. They're down. Now you're just
Well done.
We should really search this place for intel. Watch it. Heavy gunner.
enemies in the area.
Kill goes.
Copy that. We're ready for trouble.
I got a creeping feeling we're not alone.
Roll without me. I'll find you. Scanning the area.
No movement around.
Stay vigilant. Any hostiles on scan.
You ever play Virgin?
Hostile identified. Over there. Roger. Moving to target. Got that rocket gunner. I see a radio guy. Killed him. Got a hostile position there. Way to get some. Eyes on a hostile.
Hey!
I'll bet there's good intel here.
Hey!
Located a bad guy over there. Hostile identified. Over there.
Objectives barred.
Heads up. Bagman on site. Got a hostile position there.
Expect heavy resistance. The rebels are organized and dangerous.
Roger. Got it.
Shit.
Shit! He's freaking dead. We got company!
Get to my position.
Raj, on our way. Just saw a rocket gunner. Get company. Stay sharp. Drone activity here. Scanning the location. We are wildly outnumbered. Raj, getting in position. Deploying silencer. All set.
Jesus!
Ego's lead. We're clear. Nice job.
Rock and roll.
Harder with just me.
Heads up. Bad guy over there.
Nothing happening here.
Roger. We send the rocket gunner off on an errand or something. I don't like being that close to those things. Hey! We're under attack!
Identified. You got a gift! Look at that. That guy's on us. Copy, boss. I'll give you a better look. It's a whole swarm. Got a drone on fire. Mortars, find some cover. There's a hostile.
Hi. No need to be afraid. Can you give me a little more information about this?
Now you know everything.
Thanks. And take care of yourself.
Looks like they're standing down. They mustn't see us anymore.
My position. Move!
Got it. We're moving to you. Got it. Here we come. Got a sniper ready to engage us. Got a sniper ready to shoot. We'll get you a scan. It's been done. Enemy reinforcements inbound. Take a look. Scan received, Fury. Blast it out. Leads are moving. Eyes on enemy.
Get to my position now!
Copy. Here we come. Copy that. Come to you. Breacher in sight. Got a wolf. Located a bad guy over there. Batteries drained. Drone's out of the game. We'll do this without it. Fix it. Heads up. Bad guy over there. A wolf! Examining the area. Spotted a caller. Proceed with caution. Drone operator ID'd.
Get to me, now!
We're moving to your position. Hostile identified. Over there. Okay, we're moving to you. Targeting a wolf. Wolf! Visual. We'll get you a better view in a sec, Nomad. Okay, we're with you. Spotted a caller. Be careful. Got a hostile position there. Eyes on a wolf.
Cover!
Wolf, wolf, wolf. I see a wolf. Nice, ghost lead.
Hit him! Hit him!
Roger. Visual on a wolf. Scan coming your way. Careful, there's a turret. I see a wolf. There's a CO.
Whatever is on here must be important.
Targeting a wolf. Drone batteries out. Eyes on a wolf. Scanning the perimeter.
I need you at my location.
Got it. Here we come. Take it easy. Turret ahead. Eyes on a wolf.
Rally on my position.
Okay, we're back to you.
Tech map.
How you feeling about all this?
Ask and ye shall receive.
I hope you weren't too inconvenienced.
Ah, not at all. Just another day in the brute squad.
Really, this is... Thank you.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. I mean, it was practically gift wrapped.
That's fitting.
Yeah. So what's his name? Your source.
Her. Sigrid. I just hope she can steer clear of the blowback this'll cause.
Missing weapons are no small thing. But if Sigrid gets in trouble, we'll be there for her.
You're all right, Brute Squad. Thanks.
We'll be around. You been all right since Madeira left? I realize. I never ask.
I knew Madera was never gonna be a guerrilla fighter. I think I knew. But living like this, you start to need people, not just depend on them. Would have been nice if she left on her own steam, though.
Whatever anger you've got is yours to own. All I did was tell Madeira the truth about Skell and the Outcast so she'd know what she was getting into. It's not my fault if she took issue with some of your choices. Your bunch have a lot of potential, Haruhi. But you can't take back what you've already done. You've just got to do better.
Fair enough.
Well, what do you say?
We'll keep working together for now, Brute Squad, while things are mutually beneficial.
Kidnapping Madeira and sending out hunting parties. Sounds like Stone's got a big heart-on for you suddenly.
Sudden, maybe. You really think we had anything to do with him declaring martial law? Stone would have found a way no matter what happened.
That's one hell of an endorsement.
At least Walker seemed to have a purpose. But if he ever thought he was in control, he was fooling himself. It's only ever a matter of time before Stone remembers he doesn't play well with others.
Your people look like they're barely holding it together.
What, you mean these nerd farmers aren't ready for Brute Squad boot camp? It was hard enough turning these pocket-protecting 4-H'ers onto vandalism, but infiltration and sabotage? It's a goddamn miracle that we've survived this long. But we're not fooling ourselves. We know at the end of the day, we're just standing with our fingers in a dike.
Yeah, well, the tide's coming in. Surviving off the grid is one thing, but if you don't start punching above your weight, you're gonna get slaughtered. If you don't think your lot's up for that, best thing would be to scatter to the wind.
If not us, then who?
Let me ask you something. Why South Cape Station? Liberty's right next door, and it wouldn't take much for Sentinels to surround you and cut you off from everything.
It's rare that outcast cells stay put more than a few days. Nature of the beast, I guess. With this place, we were just looking for something more permanent where we could stockpile supplies and safeguard assets. The landfill keeps away Sentinel and Skeller tourists from the capital. We're right near to our fields of operation and close enough to Sentinel that we won't show up on radar. As far as security's concerned, the Creek does a decent job of keeping us hidden, and looking out at the cabins is a bonus.
How does Sentinel Corp take control of Aurora?
Skell hired them to deal with us initially once he realized that he had some resistance against transhumanism, his own private militia. They started making arrests, so a few of us went to ground and our sympathizers followed, thinking they'd leave us alone once we were outside of the cities.
But they didn't.
Stone got permission to operate outside Liberty and Infinity, and Skell let him set up shop in the Cold War installations to patrol the wild. Once they got there, they did just enough to keep us at bay, while using us as cover to bring in men and vehicles, which he hid from Skell in some underground bunkers, which of course are now called Camp Ferret and Camp Weasel.
Son of a bitch has a sense of humor.
We were watching the whole thing happen. And when they grew strong enough, they took over. They literally came up out of the ground. Skell had no idea what hit him.
Came across some soldiers in masks. Know anything about them?
Wolves. They're elite and they answer directly to Walker. We noticed them around after Sentinel Corp took over. My guess is they were hidden in one of the underground bases before then. They're bad news from what I can tell. But they mostly just run drills and ignore us altogether, so we do the same.
Where can I find them, if I were inclined?
Don't know why you would be, but they've got a few little fortresses around. Biggest one is Shark Base, an old US sub-base dug into a cliff on the south coast. Wolves keep a close eye on it, so nobody knows what's in there.
If I was looking for a fight, where should I go?
With Sentinel Corp, you that hard up?
Trigger finger needs its exercise.
Well, Sentinel patrols the city centers and industrial complexes pretty heavily, though there's always civilians around, so I'd keep away from those if you can help it. Then there's the settlements they built when they first got here, in the southwest and northeast, where they keep their reserve garrison and store resources.
That sounds like more fun than anybody should be allowed to have.
If you're looking for more of a skirmish, you could check out one of Aurora's many Cold War-era bunkers left courtesy of Uncle Sam. They also set up some transportable structures and took over some Skell architecture. Basically, if you see a green storage container-looking thing, Sentinel's probably nearby. Of course, if you don't feel like looking that hard, they patrol most of the island 24/7, so you could just pick a spot and wait.
I want to know about the bombing.
It was a mistake.
There was nothing strategic about the Scout Foundation. It was an office building. You weren't even at war yet, so why do it at all?
Attention? Skeltech completely ignored us when we tried to meet with them about transhumanism. We've been getting the runaround in Aurora's parliament, who were a bunch of Skeltech groupies anyway. There was no other way to get people to wake up about what was really happening.
Except the civilians out were in the building. Not doing much waking up, are they?
I get it, okay? We've been through this before. If there's something I can actually do about it, let me know. Till then, drop it.
Is it over? Or do you plan on playing terrorists some more?
We aren't terrorists. We were activists who went too far. Now I'm not sure what we are. But causing civilian casualties again would destroy whatever ethical glue is still holding us together.
How do the outcasts manage to sustain themselves out here?
Barely. None of us have the skills or equipment to farm or fish. Even if we did, it'd bring us a boatload of attention that we couldn't afford. Once in a while, a civilian will leave some food at a dead drop, but it's risky and never much. Best bet's always to steal from farms and raid Sentinel supplies, but of course they're protected. Then there's still the matter of getting the supplies out to as many cells as possible while avoiding detection.
Nobody thinks about food at first. That's why so many groups who call themselves revolutionaries end up as bandits. Even if you don't think it's possible now, you'll want to be careful you don't drift that way. Any advice for fighting in World 2.0?
The name of the game is take out their drones faster than they can launch them. It's a bitch, but that's why we always carry jammers that'll shut off any live drone or vehicle happening by. At least for a while. Another option would be to make your peace with the devil and use sync-shot drones to take out specific targets.
Sync-shot drones.
They only target humans, though. They can't target drones. There's also a variation on the Legion drone, the ones in the drone swarm. They're like little flying guns that basically take aim in any direction and wait for a signal to execute their target.
Got any lying around?
No can do. We mostly leave those things alone. Kind of goes against what we're trying to be.
Sounds like just another weapon to me.
If you're inclined, you can get them hot out of the oven from Skeltech labs or assembly lines. Hell, even some startups might have them. And come to think of it, the Omega Center ought to have plenty.
How do you manage to keep so many combat supplies for the rebellion?
Well, Sentinel keeps a close eye on frags, C4, and landmines, so they're an unholy bitch to get. Most of our explosives are homemade from flashbangs or diversion grenades we find hanging around security facilities. If you want the good stuff, you're gonna have to raid Sentinel outposts. With any luck, you might be able to find a stash in the Cold War installations, but even those tend to have a Sentinel infestation problem.
Well, in the past life, I was an exterminator. Did you know anything about Madeira's husband being kept in the cryo chambers in eternity?
I knew he had ALS, of course, and how difficult it was for Paulo when he went into a coma 5 years back. Hate to say it like this, but it seemed to me that Paula had moved on. I was surprised as shit when I heard he was still alive.
Even Scale's got his good points.
Hitler liked art.
Really? Hitler?
Skell was playing God. Just because he helped out a friend one time doesn't make him any less dangerous. Almost glad he never found a cure. He'd have had Madeira forever, not to mention something to sell for a fortune. You want to work with Skell? I can't stop you. But you'd better make sure you're using him and not the other way around.
I've dealt with a few snakes in my time. Skell's nothing special.
Whatever. You're gonna do what you want to do, so he's your problem. But don't let him become mine. If he ever compromises the outcasts, even you won't be able to protect him from me.
Are you at all worried about the increased traffic around the industrial facility near here? Being that your HQ is so close, I mean.
The only human within miles is a skeleton crew of Sentinel rejects who probably got transferred there as a punishment and bitch all day about finding a detail with more action. Not the sharpest bunch. And just like everybody else, they're convinced there's nothing interesting on Windy Islands. So we let them believe that. We can travel back and forth on those barges day in and day out, and the only thing that follows us is a stink.
I was out at Darkwood Island. Looked like Skell built a city and abandoned it. Unless he's planning to turn a row into a movie backlot, I can't quite figure out why he'd do something like that.
How else would he test the AI in his drones? The archipelago is chock full of dedicated training fields.
God damn it. The ones training there were combat models. Sentinel's building a whole damn army. See you later, Haruhi.
Not if I see you first, Brute Squad.
Is this what you thought it would be like? We can change things here as long as we keep at it. Have you been able to break it yet? Quiet for a second, I'm trying to concentrate on this. Was that note an E or F-sharp? Thanks. I think I've cracked this. That Morrison is some genius.
Greetings, stranger. Thanks. Appreciate it.
TechMap.